You don't want that, buddy.
now, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, like, ooh, stop it. You know
don't
what I mean?
want that one.
And then, you know what I mean? I said, wow, okay. She read me her story. It's funny because I had a meeting with Jerry Heller a little bit while after that. And I ran it by him because it just hit my head. He wanted to meet me just as a man growing up. So I took a meeting with him. And it's just significant that I asked him that, bringing him up about, she was Hispanic and Italian. I'm not Hispanic, African American and Italian. I was a dancer, young girl, and I asked him about him. You know what I mean? And he's like, that lived in a certain area. He's like, oh my goodness, you know, knowing your father, Eric. And I ran a name. He said the name kind of sounds familiar. So I was like, hey, it's just on my mind because this was the first new individual that said, hey, I'm your after my father's passed. You know, when he passed, we found out about our two brothers and sisters that initial first five of us didn't grow up with. And then she was the, you know what I mean, the first girl after, you know, say 19 years that came out of nowhere. So it kind of like, oh, wow. So let's see, because the girl has a significant look of some of us. And so it made me ask Jerry. She went through the process with my sister, Erica, getting a test. This was my grandfather was alive, my father's father, and which passed away not too long ago. So he was one that did it, and my father's mother did it, and her test came back that she was. And same with my brother Eric, which just did it a couple of months ago, you know, less than 2 months ago, to tell you the truth, you know what I'm saying? And so those are the two additions to the family, which notched it up, you know what I mean, to 11. So that's cool. But yeah, she was a surprise.
So she told me that all the kids have never been in the same room together.
Wow.
Most of them, but not all of them.
Yeah. Very, 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 very good question. I just had a meeting, hopefully to do a reality show about my family, but which will, really, of all of us together, something that I put together with my sister Erin as well, EB. And speaking of EB, yeah, a lot of them have not been together because a lot have grown up. You know, you have some that might feel like, hey, the struggle and the pain that we went to, and to see that somebody came out of nowhere 19, 20 years later, like, why don't you, a lot of brothers and sisters, to be honest with you, why don't you come forward when he passed away, which we have two brothers and sisters, you know, Raven and Marquise, Young Easy, that came at that time. You know, my grandparents and a lot of the family knew about them, but as kids, we didn't. You know, I think I'm 10 and I was the oldest. So you trickle it down. The next oldest was about 7 years old to 2, to newborn, you know, to 3 years old. So me being 10, I turned 11, maybe about 2 weeks after we buried my father. And at the funeral, we were introduced to our little brothers and sisters. We have a picture with Raven. Marquise, we didn't know till a little bit after. So a lot of them will have that inside them, like, okay, you know, NWA, Eazy-E's coming.